Dear Honorable Minister Filda Kereng, my dear brother Mr. Kwachi Donkor, honored guest, once again it gives me a great pleasure to address the 6th edition of the Africa Tourism Leadership Forum. First of all, allow me to commend the joint efforts of Botswana and Africa Tourism Partners in the organization of this annual event, which brings together leaders and key stakeholders of Africa's tourism sector. Over these years, the ATLF has proven not only to be a dialogue platform to share insights, experiences, and best practices, but also a true manifestation of the African continent to shaping its own destiny towards the evolution, modernization, and the sustainable development of the tourism sector. As you all know, tourism is the third largest export category, representing a global force for economic growth and development, generating $1.7 trillion, accounting for about 4% of the world's GDP. Tourism is a multidimensional and transversal sector endowed with dynamism, flexibility, and resilience. And these factors deem essential to drive and sustain the empowerment and inclusive socio-economic development of local communities and disadvantaged groups of people, not only in our continent Africa, but also in the rest of the world. Tourism, as we know, creates 1 in 10 of the world's jobs, thus constituting an important engine offering multiple employment opportunities to women, youth, and unskilled workers across all the subsectors of the industry's value chain. According to the data included in the 2nd edition of the UNWTO Global Report on Women in Tourism, women represent 54% of the tourism workforce worldwide, a percentage that rises to 69% if we consider the Africa region. Furthermore, it is paramount to underline that an increasing number of women undertake leadership positions in the tourism, travel, and hospitality industry. Their role as key decision makers is more and more critical in framing innovative policies and introducing operational frameworks which drive the evolution process of the sector. Even though these achievements demonstrate that important steps are being taken towards gender equality in the tourism sector, more needs to be done as persistent challenges are yet to be tackled. Addressing these kind of challenges in tourism is crucial if we consider that many of them also involve young people who represent the future of our sector. Young people will be key to drive the evolution of the tourism industry and pave the way of its transformation. Such a high number of young people is an opportunity for the continent's growth, but only if these new generations are fully empowered to realize their best potential. It is thus especially important that young people are included in the decision-making processes and given appropriate opportunities and proper means to work and innovate the tourism sector. Upskilling, capacity building, and training deem in this sense paramount to empower, cultivate the talent of the next generation of professionals. They will be requested to identify impactful and disruptive solutions in order to build a new vision of the tourism sector and contribute to its recovery process from the unprecedented consequences of the pandemic, which are still ongoing. UNWTO is strongly committed towards women and youth empowerment, which are also enclosed as the core priorities in the UNWTO Agenda for Africa, Tourism for Inclusive Growth. The 10-point plan, strategic plan of the Regional Department for Africa, which is aligned with the achievement of the 17 UN SDGs. In this regard, I would like to mention some key initiatives that has been developed so far to unleash women's potential in the tourism sector. The creation of the Women Tourism Leadership for Africa Committee, bringing together key tourism stakeholders from private and public sector to discuss on strategies and the implementation of effective actions to consolidate the role of women in tourism. 2, it's the UNWTO Women in Tourism pilot project in the Limpopo province of South Africa, with the objective of fostering women entrepreneurship by providing advisory, guidance, mentorship, and technical assistance to unlock more tourism career opportunities along the value chain of the sector. The Center Stage Program Initiative, which was launched in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic to support the repositioning of women in the tourism sector, is an initiative that is currently being implemented with the support of the Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development of Germany, GIZ, and UN Women. This project aims to strengthen and coordinate and focus work towards gender equality in tourism governmental institutions and businesses. The program includes targeted training workshops and measures to boost female career progression, improvements to the legal framework, and the collection of sex-disaggregated tourism employment data. When it comes to empowering youth to tourism and expanding their skills and capacities, UNWTO offers a comprehensive portfolio of products and services which intend to build on a highly qualified human capital base in tourism. Just to mention a few, we have the online and in-person courses of the UNWTO Academy, the UNWTO Jobs Factory in collaboration with HOSCO, connecting talents with employers of the sector from all over the world, UNWTO Student Leagues, the competition for students to foster talent development and propose innovative solutions for tourism aligned with the UN SDGs, and in addition, the Global Youth Tourism Summit, which is a specific platform created by UNWTO recognizing young generations as a major force for development and social change by highlighting their potential to drive the sustainable development in the tourism sector. To conclude, allow me to stress the importance of the role of the governments as well as of the private sector stakeholders in implementing effective policies and measures. In this sense, I want to share with you that we have two key publications that were released in 2022, including recommendations and guidelines on expanding women's position in the tourism sector and prepare the future generation of tourism leaders. One publication is on gender mainstreaming guidelines for the public sector in tourism, which contains tools to support tourism institutions, apply an approach that integrates gender equality and women's economic empowerment, and the tourism education guidelines guiding policymakers on how to increase access to tourism and education and capacitate young people with solid skills in order to meet current and future market demands. On this note, I reiterate all my appreciations to the host country and to Africa Tourism Partners for giving UNWTO this opportunity to engage with you. I wish you all a very successful and fruitful event. Kea Leboga. Thank you all.